Just turn that, change that. So, we're going to start off on the floor. You can sit with your legs in staff pose, so turning out flat down. Make sure that your spine's not curling under, that you're tilting the pelvis back, even if you want to stick something underneath to tilt it forward for you. Pull your toes back, bring your shoulders down. So we're going to start off. Thank you for joining us on the Wednesday evening fitness yoga. Make sure that you have got enough room around you. You're not going to hit or kick anything. Make sure that you feel okay. Hiya, Bo. If you feel sick at any time or you get hot really quickly, then stop. If anything doesn't feel right, then it probably isn't right for you. So again, stop. So we're sitting on our tailbone. We're going to breathe in, lifting our arms up. And then as we breathe out through the nose, bringing the hands down. Just remembering that we're nothing we can do for the next hour. We may as well just try and put any thoughts that come into our head, any noises, any smells, any sounds, just put them out of your head. There's nothing you can do about it. Just for 1 hour, it's all about you. I am watching you, Bo. And 2 more. Breathing. And breathe out. No, breathe in 1 more time, bringing it in. And bringing it out. Good. Then roll the shoulders back, bring it down. We're going to keep our legs out in staff pose, still pulling our toes back, trying to keep our back as straight as we can. If we bring our hands, place them flat down, and we can bring our thumbs together. If you want, you can let your thumbs sit around your belly button. From here, we're going to tuck the chin in, and we're going to breathe out, just using, we're going to pull the stomach muscles, everything in. Small breath using just the upper part of the body. And breathe in, taking the head back. Breathing out, just a little bit of breath. Breathing in, just the upper part of the lungs, trying to use that. 2 more. And our last one's back, forwards and backwards. And then we're going to bring it back to centre. So we're keeping our shoulders down, we're tucking the chin in, and we're just tick-tocking our head. And again, just using that upper breath. And then bringing it back to centre. And then we're turning, looking over the shoulder and over the other shoulder. Just using, again, tiny little breath up in the top part of our lungs. And then we're bringing it back to centre. So we're doing the same thing with our upper body now. So with this, still keeping that hip pulling back, we're going to move forward. So you're going to place your hands on your knees. Keep the back straight. You don't have to go far. Pull the belly in. Breathe out, lean forward. Breathe in, lift back up. So we're breathing out, we're leaning forward, keeping that back straight, tucking that chin in. Breathing in, coming back up. 2 more. Keep pulling them toes back. Pull the belly in as you breathe out. Keep the shoulders down. Lift up. Lovely. So we're going to move to the side. So we're lifting the one arm up. We're breathing out, lifting over. Breathing in, lifting up. Stay here. So again, 3 more. Breathing out, reaching over. Breathing in, lifting up. Keep pulling them knees, them toes back. And our last one. Bring the hands back down. Let's do the same thing on the other side. So lifting up, stretch up, breathe out, reach over, breathe out, lift up. Breathing out, breathing in. Keep pulling them toes back. Keep thinking about bringing the thighs together. Hold hands if you want to. And then we're going to bring it over one more time. I forgot to count. Even virtually, Bo, you're distracting me, making me laugh. So we're going to do the turn. You're going to have one hand on the opposite knee, the other hand at the back. You're breathing in and then you're turning, breathing out. Breathe in, come back to the front. Breathe out, turn to the back. 2 more of these, working with that breath. Every time you're breathing out, you're turning back towards the back. Last one. And then bring it back. So let's try the other side. So I'll bring the hand around the other side, one at the back. Breathe in, lift up. Breathe out, turn. Breathe in, come to the front, lifting up. Breathe out, turn. And bring it back to centre. From here, bend the knees. Bring the bum, roll yourself down. So we're going to bring our leg up onto our thigh. So we're taking it into a figure of 4 lying down. You're letting your knee just push down, so pushing it out to the side. So figure of 4 with your knee, Alex and Bo. You froze again. Now from here, we're turning our palms over to the side, the top, tucking our chin down, bringing our foot in towards our bum as much as we can. And we're then going to try and lift our bum off the floor into a bridge and then see if we can push our knee a little bit further down. And then we're rolling back down again. So we're going to change sides. We're going to bring the other foot up, flex the foot, place the knee down. And just firstly, just bounce that knee. You're going to try and bring your foot, the bottom foot that's on the floor, a little bit closer to your bum by stepping it in. Then with your palms turning up, you're tucking your hips, you're lifting your hips off the floor, you're pushing the knee down. So 2 at the same time, working that back muscles, reaching backwards, but also pushing, working through the outer thigh. And then bring it down. Let's do 1 more of those because they're lovely. Again, if you're sitting all day, oh, lush. So bounce the knee. If you suffer with sciatica, you've got a lower back problem, it tends to be round the area where you can feel it just above your bum muscle. And it tends to be around there. And as you're bouncing this tends to be where you feel it. So it's stretching that area that we tend to squash. So we're going to move the foot on the floor a little bit closer to the bum. Push the knee down. Pull the pelvic floor. Peel the hips off the floor. Lift up. Push up. Push the knee down a little bit further. And you'll feel that into the knee as well. Stretching that knee, stretching that ankle. And then we're curling back down again. Last one, let's change sides. From what I can see, you're looking lovely. So bounce the knee first. Keep that foot, that knee that's up, leg, the foot that's up on the knee, keep that foot flexed if you can. That'll protect the kneecap. So again, we're pushing the knee down, this time holding it, pulling in the pelvic floor, pulling the abdominal, peel the spine off the floor, lift up, push the chest. Think about pulling the shoulder blades together, push the knee down. And then we're keep rolling ourselves down again. Okay, stay in here. We're going to take it into a Maltese cross. So you can keep your knee, one knee bent, or you can make it a little bit harder by pushing one foot out. So if we start with our right leg, so you can have the knee up, you're bringing the thigh up. If you want, you can grab a band and put it around the leg. Otherwise, you can just hold the leg. If you want to, like I said, you can push the foot flat down, but make sure the toes are in the air. Now you're trying to straighten that knee as much as you can. From here, keeping the head down, you're trying to pull that straightened leg down towards your head. Are you having trouble seeing me? I don't know what's happened with Alex and Bo. No, I think it's Alex and Bo. I think they're having problems with theirs. Oh. So from here, we're keeping the leg pulling in. We're going to keep hold of the right leg with the right hand. Place the left hand on the floor and take the right leg out to the right. Keep flexing that foot. It doesn't have to go towards the floor, but you want to keep your hip down. You don't want to roll over on the right, so you want to keep that right hip down on the floor. We're going to bring it back to centre. We're going to swap hands. So now your left hand's got your right leg, and we're placing the right hand on the floor. Alex and Bo, if you can hear me, have a go on going on to Instagram. Then bring it across the body. Hold it there, keeping the left foot up in the air so that you'll feel the stretch through the back of the leg. Then we're going to bring it back to centre. You're going to grab hold of the leg again with two hands, flex the foot. Now as you breathe out, you're going to curl up, pull the leg down and try and get the knee to touch the nose. But don't bend the knee to bring it in, that's just cheating. And then we're bringing it down. And bringing the head back down. So we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So bring the left leg up. Flex the right foot in the air. Make sure the left knee is as straight as it can be. If you have to grab around the thigh, it doesn't matter. You're pulling the leg in, but you're pushing the heel towards the ceiling. I'm going to take the right hand out, place it on the floor, and take the left leg out to the left. Oh, you've come on there. Yeah, it's probably better on Alex and is back on Instagram. Lovely. So bringing it back across, change hands. So the right hand's got the left foot. Bring it across the body, but you don't want the toe to go over. You want that right toe to be pointing up in the air. But you'll feel this at the back of the knee, back of the thigh. Bring it back to centre. Keeping the leg pushed up, two hands on the leg. As you breathe out, pull the leg in, lift the nose up towards the knee. And bring it down. So we've got to do one more of these. So bringing the right leg up, grabbing wherever you feel you can. Pull that leg in. They're kind of in an upside down splits. From here, we're taking the right leg out to the right, taking the left hand down. Keep pushing that knee to try and straighten the knee in that you're holding and the knee that's on the floor. Bring it back to center, swap hands. Bring it across the body. Lovely. Bring it back to center. Two hands come back up again this time. Breathe out, pull the head in, the leg in, lift the head up. And then bring everything back down. Let's do the other side. Lift the left leg up. Two hands are grabbing hold. Flexing the foot, breathe out, keep the head down, pull that leg in. Keeping hold of the leg, take it out to the side, place the right hand down on the floor. Make sure that the right hip stays down, it doesn't roll over. We're bringing it back to center. We're swapping hands and we're bringing it across the body, but we're not letting the right leg roll over. We're still keeping them toes in the air. Feel that stretch. It's right behind the knee. It's a killer. Bring it back to center. Two hands on. Breathe out. Pull the leg in. Lift the nose up. Now with this, it's working the whole of the legs, all of the hips, but now we're bringing in that stomach as well. And then we're bringing everything down. So we're going to do a from the floor sun salutation. So we're going to use lying down in corpse pose, with our hands turned up towards the ceiling, shoulders pulling back, chin tucked in. Pull your toes back and push into the floor. Do everything as if you were standing in mountain. So pull your pelvic floor in, pull your abdominal muscles. Again, take 5 breaths here. What brings you to yoga? What do you want to heal? What do you want to gain? And then from here, we're going to pull our legs in towards our chest and roll ourselves up onto our butt. So from here, we're going to go into a bit of a spine rotating sun sal. So we're going from here, we're going down into cow, we're going to go up to cat, up to dog, come forward, bring our knees down, drop our chest, lift up, push back to child, and then start again. But the whole time we're doing it, we're trying to move the spine and to try to cause a wave with the spine. So close your eyes and concentrate on the spine. What's the spine doing? Can I feel the different movements through the spine? Can I think about it as moving up and down in a curvy, like a curvy thing? So we're going to go from cow and drop the spine down, looking up. We're going to curl into cat, but we're tucking the toes and we're lifting up and pushing back to down dog, but then curling our legs down, dropping our chest, dropping down, rolling up, rolling back. Cow, cat, lifting, rolling. And we're going to kind of do one more. And then we're going to end up back in child. So it doesn't matter if it wasn't exactly the one I was saying. That isn't the point. The point is that you move. You continuously move and you want your spine to kind of do that. So it doesn't matter in which direction you go, which way you go, as long as you're concentrating, you're trying to get that spine to kind of move. At the same time, you'll feel your shoulders working and your heart rate starting to get up a bit as well. So it's a nice, warm thing that we do. So we'll stay down. Come onto your bottom. And we're going into it. Oh, head to knee. Now remember, if you want, you can have an elastic or a band. That's completely up to you, but you don't need it. We're going to go head to chin past the knee. So you're bringing your foot, placing it underneath and bringing the foot flat straight out. You're making sure that your toes are pointing up in the air and you're trying to push your knee down to the floor so it'll push into the thigh. Again, make sure that the tailbone's not tucked under, you're sticking it back out. We're going to bring our hands, place it anywhere on the leg as long as it's not the knee. So above or below, have it above. Pulling the shoulders back, pull the belly in, lift the chin, breathe out, try and bring the chin down. Now you can walk your hands down to the side, but make sure that the shoulders are pulling down. Close your eyes if you want. Breathe out, let the body drop down. You can wiggle if you want, you don't have to stay static. You can give it a little move. And breathing out and pulling down. And wiggle into it. The wiggling helps to release the little, the sinew muscle that attaches the skin to the bone. The same thing you kind of see when you peel an orange, is that white stuff. And it's not muscle. It's nothing, it's just pith, but it's kind of the same thing. We've got these tiny little pith that attach to the muscles, the bones, the skin, and sometimes they need a little wiggle as well. So when we're in the position, we're just wiggling and we're moving forward if we want to, but it's everything nice and slow. We're listening. How does the body feel when we do that? So we're going to bring ourselves back up. Lovely. Let's try the other side. So sticking the leg underneath. Push down with the knee to try and push down through that foot. Hands down anywhere you want on your leg because they will move. Shoulders pulling back. Lift the chin, pull the belly in, breathe out. Walk them hands down if you want, but keep them shoulders down, not up by your ears. Try to make sure that your head's looking sort of just past your toes so that you don't look down towards the knee. You don't want the head dropping. It'll curl the shoulders. You want them up. You want the shoulders pulling back. You can kind of bounce the elbows. Like I said, if you don't want to move, you don't have to. You can just hold it here. Keep pushing the elbows towards the floor. Keep pulling that stomach in. You want to move, then feel free to. Feel as you move. You'll feel the stretches coming from the shoulders down through the back. Again, as you move, you may feel it in the knees, You may, in both of them, as you're pushing onto one side, you might feel that right through that lower back. It might feel nice, it might feel not. No idea what the banging is. And then we're going to walk it back up. Lovely. So take the leg out. Now you can stay there and keep the knee turning under, especially if you've got bad knees, you might want to stay there. Otherwise, we're going to take it the other way. So you're bringing the foot to the side. Now the toes should be flat down. They shouldn't be sticking out to the side in that direction. They have to be down. And then you may find that you feel like your hips up on one side. So you might need to just kind of adjust yourself so that both hip bones are down on the floor. You're again straight, pulling that leg, tightening that toes. Hands wherever you feel comfortable, shoulders down, chin tucked in, but look, lift it up. And then breathe out, pull the belly in, move forward. Again, using the breath to move down. The breathing in should stretch you up. The breathing out should make you come down. Again, you may want to move. You may want to stay where you are. Close your eyes. Think about the areas that you're feeling tightness. Imagine loosening them. And then we're going to walk our hands back up. So we're taking that leg back out and we're changing side. Now remember, it's completely up to you. You may want to do it on one side, but the other side might go no. And if that's the case, again, you just go to the side, you keep it at one. And eventually when the other side feels safe, it'll let you do it. So don't push your body into it. So again, we're making sure that we're not slightly leant onto one side, that we're as straight as we possibly can be. Pull the leg in, the toes back, shoulders back, wherever you want to hold on to start off, that's fine. Breathe out, pull the belly in, move forward. Shoulders pulling back. Trying to let the body roll down. Use the breath. Wiggle if you want to. And then we're going to walk ourselves back up. And bring the leg out. Give them a little shake. Where I am there. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So, let's take it out to the side. Again, we're going to start with the foot pulling in and taking it underneath. But we're going to take that leg out to the side. We're again pulling them toes back. We're going to bring our hand onto our leg that's sticking out, our bent knee, and we're turning ourselves and looking over our shoulder. So if we're turning towards our left leg, we're going to lift our left arm up, bring it by our ear, and then as we're breathing out, we're reaching down towards the other leg, but we're holding on with the arm. Again, you may feel you can let that arm slide. You can take it down to the floor. You can move, you can take it out and bring it down to the other foot or the leg. But you don't want to roll forward. You want to keep looking up. Again, wiggle in if you want to, but always nice and slow. Always working with the breath. What does it feel like? Where does it feel if I twist this way? If I turn that way? So now we're going to lift that top arm. Breathing in. And breathe out. Let's try the other side. So bringing the leg under. take the leg out to the side. So again, using the hand on the opposite leg, onto the knee, twist round so that you're looking over the back. So you've already turned into that twist. Bring that back hand up, lift it over, and reach down. Again, you can always have this hand here, it's your safety. You won't go very far as long as you're holding on. But if you feel you want to, you can let the arm go. You're still twisting back, you're twisting over. If you want to, you can reach that hand out. You can use the hand on the leg to pull. And then breathing in, lifting up. And breathing out. Let's bring the legs back to centre. So again, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to turn that leg instead of bringing it under. We're going to turn it in the opposite direction. So again, making sure that we feel nice and relaxed. Take it out to the side. Again, the same thing on the leg. Twist round. Use the back arm, lift it up. Reach over. Let that other arm out if you want. Trying to get the ear to come past the knee. Try not to roll forward. Keep that shoulder rolling backwards so that you're looking up towards the ceiling. Then we're going to breathe in, lifting up, and breathe out. Bring the leg to the front. Take that one out. So remember, you don't need to. You can stay where you want. Fixing the hip. Take the leg out to the side. Turn and have a look round to the back. Lift the back arm off. Reach over. Take that bottom hand if you want. Move it. You don't have to. But still looking up to the ceiling. Twisting round. How does this feel different to the different directions? And then breathing in, lift. Breathe out. Bring the foot in. Bring the other foot round. Give them a shake. So we're going to take it into a wide forward bend. So we're taking the legs out. Pull the toes back. Bring your hands onto the inside. Shoulders back. You're going to push with your hands so you're pushing the feet outwards. And then you're going to breathe out and let your body slide forward. So again, it's your chin coming down towards the floor, but you're pushing out against the legs. And then you're going to lift and bring yourself back up. So again, we're going to go forward, but we're going to try and bend our elbows. So wherever you can grab, you're bending the elbows up and trying to push yourself down. And again, if you want to, you can wiggle. It's up to you. So here we go. Hands on the inside. Pull the belly in. Pull the toes back. Breathe out. Pull down. Breathing out as you're pulling down. Wiggle if you need to, if you want to. And then bringing it back up. And bring the legs back together. So we're going to lie ourselves down to do some stomach exercise, I believe. Yeah. So from here, lie yourself down. We're going to do our stomach exercise, so single leg raise. You can start with one leg. You're sliding the foot in towards your bum, straighten it in the air, and then you're rolling it down, taking it down. You can do one side, then the other, so pulling it in, lift it up, taking it down. Now, with our stomach, we're trying to pull in our abdominals. So you're pulling in your pelvic floor, squeezing your back, squeezing your front, and then pulling in the abdominals. Like I said, we can do it single or we can do it double. I'm going to do double, but you can do single if you want. So, from here, we're going to do 5 on each side or 10 if you're doing double. Okay? So here we go. We're pulling them in. We're lifting the legs up. We're taking it down. Flex the feet. Any pain on your back, start moving it into a bent knee rather than a straight leg. So pulling them stomach muscles in. Breathe in. As you're lifting up, breathe out as you're pulling them down. I think that's 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 'And my last one in this direction, 10. So from here, just let yourself relax into corpse pose. We're going to take it in the opposite direction. So again, you can do it single or double. You're flexing your feet and you're lifting your foot up in the air, bending it in and sliding it along the floor to straight. Then you're lifting the other leg, bending it in, sliding it along, or 2 together at the same time. So again, we're going to do 10. Pull them stomach muscles in. Lifting up, rolling it down. Go on, V, loads in, loads there. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And our last one. 10. And again, let yourself relax in child. So we're going to roll ourselves over onto our belly. And we're going to take it into Sphinx pose. So with this, our elbows are underneath our shoulders. Our palms are flat down on the floor. We're going to, from here, you're letting your shoulders drop, your head drop down into your shoulders. You're just letting all the muscles in the body relax. So the feet are relaxed, the legs are relaxed, the hips are relaxed, the shoulders, everything's just relaxed down. So we're going to start to tighten everything up. We're going to start with our feet and we're pushing into the top of our feet so that our knees lift off the floor. Then we're going to pull in our pelvic floor. Then we're going to lift our abdominals off the floor. Then we're going to start to slide our elbows down towards our hips, and then we're going to raise our head up and out of our shoulders. And we're holding it here, so tensing all them muscles. Make sure you're breathing. And then we're going to let everything relax. So that everything's just going to drop back down. We're going to take it up again. So we're pushing into the tops of the feet, lifting the knees. Then we're tightening up the pelvis, lifting the pelvic floor, and lifting the abdominals off the floor, I should say. Pulling the shoulders back, and then lifting the head up, pulling them shoulders towards, backwards. And imagine sliding the elbows down towards the hips. Have everything engaged, the legs, the thighs, the hips, the back, everything's working. And you're breathing. And then we're going to roll down. Let everything drop. So we're going to take it into Cobra. Our hips are going to stay on the floor. They're not going to lift off. But we're still going to push down and lift our knees. We're still engaging our pelvic floor. We're still lifting our abdominals. We're still pulling our shoulders back and down. We're lifting our head. But now we're going to push with our fingers and try and lift our elbows off the floor. But they're not going out to the side. They're staying down, pushing down towards the floor. But we're lifting and pushing as far back as we can. But we're keeping them hips down. But engaging them hips, them legs. And then we're collapsing all the way down. Everything relaxes. We're going to do one more. So starting with them feet, push down, engage the knees, engage the pelvic floor, engage the abdominals, engage the shoulders, the elbows, lift the neck out, push into the arms, pull them shoulders down, look up. And then we're coming. Extend the elbows out. Let the top of the head come down. Rest it on your hands. Let everything else relax down. So from here, we're going to bring our hands under our shoulders. Lift our bum, lift our toes, push. Back to child. Let the head relax. Let the bum try and push down. Keep the hands where they are so that you feel that stretch right through the shoulders. And bring it back up. Let's bring ourselves onto our bum. So we're taking ourselves into a pose of a plane. So again, with this, you can have your fingers either facing forward, facing out, facing back, and we're going to change the position. So we're going to do it 3 times, but we're going to change the position of our hands to see which one we like. Now you can also have your feet down and just go into tabletop if you feel that you can't get into the full plane pose, which is the feet down, pushing down. Now I'm just turning that way. Now with your toes, so they're pushing down. With your toes, you don't want them rolling out. We'll do it that way for you as well. So you're lifting up, but you don't want them rolling out to the side. You want to keep them facing down towards the floor. So we're starting with our fingers facing forward. Pulling our shoulders back. As we breathe in, we're lifting our hips up, we're pushing our toes to the floor, pulling the shoulders back, looking backwards. Again, we're controlling, we're holding that stomach muscle, we're pushing them toes down, squeezing the bum towards the ceiling. And then we're coming back down. So we're going to change our hand position and turn our fingers so they're pointing out. So all the time we're doing this, we're working different parts, different muscles through the shoulders, through the wrists, through the elbows. So here we go. Again, breathe in as you're lifting up, push the toes down, pull the shoulders back, squeeze the stomach muscles in. Lovely. And then bringing it down. If you need to, yeah, you can always give yourself a little shake, your hands a shake. Last one, hardest one. We're turning the fingers backwards. Now remember, if you can't manage this for 5 breaths, 5 of my breath, come out whenever you need to, okay? Here we go. Breathe in, lift, shoulders back, push up. And then bring it down. So I'm going to get you to bring your hands, palms up, and bring them underneath your bum. And just go side to side. And that should actually feel quite relaxing on your hands. And it's just a nice, again, stretch for them wrists as well. And we're going to bring it off. From here, bend your knees. Bring your hands underneath. Now with this, you're going to do 2 movements. You're going to breathe out and you're going to curl yourself away, pulling the belly back. As you breathe in, you're pulling yourself in, stretching up and pulling the shoulders back. So it's with breathing that we move, okay? So here we go. We're going to breathe and we're going to pull back, but we're still holding on with the arms. We're just letting our shoulders pull back. As we breathe in, we're stretching up, pulling the shoulders backward towards each other. As we breathe out, we're still holding, but we're reaching the shoulders backwards, opening them up at the back. Breathe in, lift. Shoulders pulling back, chin lifting up. Breathe out. Push back. Really feel that stretch through the shoulders. 2 more. Breathe in. Last ones. And bring it back up. From here, if you bring your hands down to the side, just let your knees rock from side to side. And then bring yourself into cross legs. So we're going to finish off with a meditation, a hand gesture and meditation and a breathing technique all together. This is, the first thing we're going to start with is the hand gesture. So you're bringing your thumb on the inside of your fingers and then bringing your fist round. So this is Adi Mudra. You can place your hands again face up or face down, whatever feels better for you. Doesn't really matter, makes no difference. So that's that. Now this, whereas the other ones worked, we worked abdominals, we worked intercostal, these are clavicle. So it's just the top area, it's a very small breath. And we tend to do this small breath when we're going forwards and backwards. So it's only a very small movement that we do with our neck. But this I'll do the facial exercises actually while we're here. So we're going to do facial exercises at the same time. So it's only a small breath, but because of the way it is, you're only breathing a small amount. Even again, though it goes all the way around into the back. It's still only a very small breath. So people tend, especially if you've got asthma, tend to get a bit nervous that there's not enough breath. So we're going to sort of do 10, and then we're going to breathe in fully for 3 breaths. Okay? But we're going to start with our head. So we're closing our fists, we're bringing our hands down. We're going to breathe out, we're pulling in our pelvic floor, we're pulling our abdominals, but we're also trying to pull in our chest. And we're just breathing a little breath. But we're going to get with our eyes, and we're going to lift our eyebrows up, and then we're going to pull them down. Now you can do this with your eyes closed or eyes open. It's completely up to you. But you're just lifting the head up and down. And then we're going to take a big breath in. 2 more of these, just to get that breathing back. Now, if you feel at any time that you have to stop and take these breaths in, even if you've only done 5, it doesn't matter. So we're bringing it down again. We're going to, before we go into it, we're going to take ourselves into our eyes. We're going to go from 12, look up at 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and we're going to go round in a circle. Again, we'll do 10, and then I'll swap, and we'll take 3 breaths in, and we'll go in the opposite direction. Okay? So we're taking in our pelvic floor, our abdominal, breathing out, taking in our chest, breathing into the little bit, thinking about our eyes. And then big breath in. So this time we're going to take the eyes in the opposite way. So 12, 9, 6, 3. Pull in from the pelvis, the abdominals, pull the chest in, breathing out. Here we go. And breathing in. So bringing it down. This time we're taking it into our mouth. So we're going to do a bit of a Popeye. We're going to smile with our mouth closed, smile to one side, and then smile to the other side. Okay, so again, 10. You carry on, you can do what you want while I'm talking. So again, we're going to pull everything in, breathe out, pull it all in, just into here. And breathing. and out. Now our last one for our face, we're going to work our jaw. So very similar to what we do when we're doing our breathing thing. We're bringing our chin up and we're bringing it past our top set of teeth. And you can kind of go... You can also go to the side and the other side. So you don't have to keep in one position. You can move it around. So again, we're breathing out. We're bringing it into the upper part. And then we're breathing in. Undo your fingers. Breathe out. 2 more. And our last one. Bring the hands together and breathe out. Thank you very much for joining me. I might lose Instagram in a few minutes. They tend to just drop off and doesn't let me know. I'm going to switch you off. So sorry, I don't know what happened, Alex. Oh, I don't know. I could see you trying to sort it all out. So I don't know what happened, but you kept freezing. So I'm going to say bye-bye and I'll speak to you later.